Sunny skies today with a high of 30. Partly cloudy overnight. Low's going to get down to 14. Mostly sunny tomorrow with a high of 37. Mostly cloudy Saturday night. Low around 28. Snow and freezing rain expected for Sunday with a high of 41. That's why winter is back. Sunny skies today and a high of 30.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Bella Marie Boutique.
1580 103.3 WPKY. Good morning. It's sunshiny, but it's cold. 20 out there. We're joined this morning by Kathy Wallace from Highland Baptist Church.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're going to talk to us about a fundraiser you've got going on, correct?
That's correct.
All right. Well, tell me about that fundraiser.
All right. Well, on February the 16th at 6 p.m. at Highland Baptist Church, which is located at 318 Baker Street here in Princeton, we're having a Sweetheart Banquet Meal. And we are going to be charging $7 per person, and all the money that is raised from this event will go to sponsor our Youth Challenge Mission Rally that we hold every year, and this year it's August the 3rd.
Okay. And that was this Saturday, you said?
Next the 16th.
The 16th. That's next Saturday. Okay. That's also the day of the polar plunge. If you haven't heard, I'm plunging. So, yeah. That's
You're brave.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that later. So this is to support the youth mission.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me about that.
Okay, well, this is our 9th year for our annual Youth Challenge Mission Rally. This year it's being hosted at Highland Baptist Church. In the past, it's been at Walnut Grove, but we just recently moved to Highland Baptist as the youth directors there, so that's where it will be hosted this year. So it's the 9th year for the event. And it's an all-day mission event that teaches the youth to give back to the community through service. And they will go out into the community and do things such as yard work, free car wash. Last year we built 3 wheelchair ramps. So it just depends on the projects. Last year there were 20 churches in attendance, and we did 22 projects.
Wow.
So it takes money to be able to do that, and that's why we're going to try to do a little bit of fundraising this year to help provide the supplies that we need to do those things.
Is this the only fundraiser you're going to have?
No, ma'am. On April the 27th, we're having a vendor expo, and vendors can come in and set up at our fellowship hall for $25 and donate one item to a silent auction. And so that's the next thing that we have planned.
Okay. We'll have to get you back in here, and we'll talk about that when it gets a little closer. Now, the dinner that's coming up, what's on the menu?
We have spaghetti, and it'll have salad and bread and a dessert. And we will also be having a dessert auction that evening, and Roy Jean Rogers has agreed to come in and be our auctioneer for that evening. And I'm looking for some entertainment. I haven't found any yet, but I'd like to have someone come and just maybe play music while they're eating. And there'll be a photo booth set up for them to take pictures with their sweetheart. But it doesn't have to be couples that come. It can be anybody that wants to. It's for the community.
So the photo booth, will you be? Is that another way to raise money? Is the free
No,
photos?
I'm just going to have like the props set up, and I'll probably have my camera there and take pictures and print it out for everybody and get it to them.
Okay. Oh, well, that's sweet of you. Who's going to cook the meal?
Kim McClone is helping us with that, and I'll be helping her. She has done catering in the past, and so I've kind of wrestled her in for her skills to help me. But the youth will be serving that evening, so they will be acting as like waiters and waitresses and taking care of everyone there.
So is this a get dressed up kind of event?
Yes, of course it's not required, but I have asked the youth to dress up and look nice, so, that would be a good thing.
So we can treat it as a date night?
Yeah, as a date night.
Okay,
yeah.
All right. And how appropriate that you chose around Valentine's Day to do this. Of course, it's after Valentine's, but some of us have to work through the week, correct, so we can't celebrate until the weekend. So that seems appropriate. And spaghetti is the ultimate romance meal. Of course,
sure,
everybody's seen Lady and the Tramp,
correct,
right? And every Hallmark movie, what's the meal that they cook when they go on their first date or have their first date spaghetti at the house? They're having spaghetti, right?
Right. Right.
Are you going to try to play I don't even know what song that was playing in Lady and the Tramp. You have that going in the background?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
You have to wait till you get the entertainment to find that out, right?
Yeah, wait till I get the entertainment. YouTube's really good for that too, though, so we can always play YouTube music.
That's right. Whose idea was this?
The banquet itself.
Sure.
Yeah, it was just kind of a calamity of all of us together, just trying to think and come up with things that we could do. So my husband, Bobby, and then we have Steve and Hope Martin that help us on Wednesday nights. And then Kim McClone has been a big help with all of it, too. She's really kind of taken the reins and taken care of a lot of it for us.
So you said that this is the 9th year for the mission
Yes,
work.
ma'am.
But you've moved it. Now you said so you were, who started this?
Who started the mission rally?
Yeah.
Well, about 9 years ago, it was laid on my husband's heart to do something to get out into the community to serve others and to teach our youth to do that. And so we just kind of started it. The first year we only had maybe 2 churches, probably about 40 or less in attendance. And then the next year it grew, and the next year it grew. And as I said, this past year we had over 300 in attendance. And so, Highland is a small church. They can't really fit that many people in their sanctuary, but we have a field across the road that is ours. And so we're going to be trying to set up a tent and have the activities at the church house outside this year.
And that's on August the 3rd?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, by activities, what does that mean? What do you mean by activities?
We start the day out with the groups arriving around 7:30, and we do kind of an opening ceremony, and then we commission them out into the mission field. Then they come back to the church around 12 or after, and we feed them lunch. And then we have praise and worship music. We have a band that's coming this year. And we have preaching and youth testimonies and just a whole day worth of events. In the past, we have had a wonderful hill at Walnut Grove that we could use for a makeshift water slide at the end of the day. We don't have a hill, but we are going to get an inflatable water slide for the kids at the end of the day just to kind of splash around and have fun and cool off. So.
And what age groups are the kids that participate?
Normally it's 6th grade and up, but some churches have smaller youth groups and they have kids in 4th, 5th grade or so that come, and that's perfectly fine. And even some younger children have come. As long as there's an adult to supervise them on the site that they go to, then we have no problem with that either. And we have lots of adults that come. Some churches bring more adults than they do youth. So, but it's a good way to get out and serve the community.
And it's awesome that, like you said, teach. I've noticed, and you probably heard me talk a minute ago about this community is so they come together.
They do.
It's a great community to be involved in, and I love that your goal is to pass that down to the children, keep that going.
Yes, ma'am.
And the only way to do that, excuse me, is sorry about that. The only way to do that is for us as adults to show them.
Yes. You're absolutely right. And so many people have been blessed as a result of these kids getting out, not just the place where they go and they work, but the church groups themselves, and it's inspired them to do more things in the community. And we're very blessed. I mean, we have a lot of churches in our area that participate, but we even have one church from Muhlenberg County that has come the past couple of years. So, and it doesn't have to be Baptist. I mean, it's just a matter of God's people getting out and serving others.
Exactly. That's awesome. Okay, what is your goal as far as how much you need to raise for this year?
Well, a lot of that will depend on the actual projects that we're going to end up doing. I would love to raise between $2,500 to $3,000. It may not take that much, and it might take more. A lot of that will just depend on the projects that we're doing. As I said, last year we did 3 wheelchair ramps. So, that cost money and supplies for the lumber and things. But we had one church last year I sent to a project to do, and they ended up staying there the rest of the day and took it upon themselves to go buy more wood and did more work at this lady's house than what they were even asked to do. So, I mean, it was just a blessing. And some churches have even contributed. It is a free event. We don't ask anyone for money. But, some churches have said, no, we want to step up and we want to donate. And that's perfectly fine if they do that. But we're not out to beg for money. We just want to get out and serve God and, use whatever tools we have available to do that.
All right, Kathy, I appreciate your time. One more time, tell me when, where, and who I can contact if I have questions about the dinner coming up.
Okay, the Sweetheart Banquet is February the 16th at 6 p.m. at Highland Baptist Church, which is located at 318 Baker Street, Princeton, Kentucky. If you have any questions, you can call me, Kathy Wallace, at 270-871-8597. And if you have any questions about our vendor expo, you can contact Kim McClone at 270-601-6197.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Kathy Wallace, Highland Baptist Church. That sounds like an awesome program you all have going on there.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you, ma'am.
What does your morning sound like?